Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And remember, when he came out of college, he left early. So a lot of people weren't really paying attention to this young man, but he's entrusted with a leadership role early in his NFL career and didn't shy away from it. His goal, continue to prove that there should have been one more quarterback that went in the first round of the 2021 draft.
And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
On 2nd and 9, Mills swings this out for Hunt.
They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Mills to throw it.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 3rd. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
First down, Prescott.
Man open downfield is Gallup. He's got it. And he'll be forced out of bounds on the other side of the field.
A big play here for Dallas. And even 50 yards.
Ordinarily, when you're backed up this deep, most teams like to play it on the safe side, but not these guys. They took a big shot downfield and wound up hitting it for a big play. Back them into a corner, they come out swinging.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. On play action, Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Ferguson. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on third down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. There's the versatile back, Kareem Hunt, getting set with the rest of this offense for the next drive.
A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he is going to lose yardage here. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back. Now Mills. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. On fourth down, out is the punter Cameron Johnston to boot it away. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know and often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them. Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. These two teams, if you look back to 2021, quite a disparity between these two Lone Star State offenses. Last season, the Cowboys #1 in the league in terms of total yardage, and meanwhile, the Texans, we know about all the struggles that they had. They came in at number 32, which is dead last. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And again, it's Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
On 1st and 10, Mills.
It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
1st down, Mills.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Here's Mills.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
A 1st down throw for Mills. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And they'll throw again. Here's Mills.
Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
And the coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches.
Mills.
Johnson with a completion over the middle.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Working out of the gun, Mills.
That's complete right around the 8. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Hunt.
And he's brought down. A nice little juke move that preceded it, but not much thereafter. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Well, there was no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Kareem Hunt, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off as he did so with a touchdown run.
From the 10.
Well, a good-looking return set up here.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. As we roll on here in the month of December, Week 14 coming up tonight, we got a good one in the AFC West. Get the parkas out, Kansas City and Denver from the frigid Empower Stadium at Mile High. And then tomorrow night you can turn those parkas in for some shorts, golf polos, and flip-flops. Monday Night Football in Arizona. Patriots, Cardinals, 8:15 Eastern.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott rolling to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 36. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. If points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. On 2nd and 12, Prescott. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Prescott now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Marr is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Or maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Texans with the football here late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Mills on first down.
And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Lewis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Here's Elliott.
He'll get this down to the 38.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
6 yards left on second down.
Final play of the half. Prescott. He's going to throw one up from the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe.
With all the specialization we have in this great game, at some point the head coach is going to take charge of every group. And I think at halftime, he spent a little time with the special teams coach and said, look, you've got to find a way to get us a big play to help us get back into this.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Second down, Elliott. And some room to maneuver.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
That good for 19 and a first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A second down throw for Prescott. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown. Dalton Schultz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6 is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 20-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mills.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Throwing, Mills.
And that is incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Elliott. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
The kick by Maher is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
You think about it, that's a pretty important second-half field goal, Charles. That now stretches this to 2 possessions and really kind of ratchets up the pressure on that opposing sideline.
It certainly does, because that interception and adding a field goal to it, that puts them in firm control of this game right now. They're about one more big stop from putting this thing absolutely out of reach.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Dallas, Texas is the spot, third quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Hunt's going to run left. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now Mills.
He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, here's Mills. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. That's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And now here come the Cowboys. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 30, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Deep ball for Goodwin. It got his man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys!
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best play is just up from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're wondering just how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats says 21.8 miles per hour.
Extra point line ball up and good. That'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Texans offense set to regain possession. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. little jet sweep to start the drive.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Mills.
Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They go to Elliott again.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try to throw now. Prescott looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
Open man Lamb. It's complete.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Inside give to Elliott. And he'll take this one down near the 15. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And they're going to speed things up here. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And they run the option on 2nd down.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott doing it himself from 9 yards out.
And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
Option football means exactly what you just talked about. Assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
Well, the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping them foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
A first down throw for Mills.
And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Mills now. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times and 8 chances. This time it's 3rd and 3.
And they'll throw again. Here's Mills.
He's airing it out for Williams. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Williams brings it in. Touchdown, Houston. Tyrell Williams, 57 yards.
And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and the deficit stays right where it is.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none, because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
The first down carried by Elliott doesn't amount to much, as he'll get forward for about a couple. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle, here's Elliott.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Five yards remain on second down.
Again to Elliott.
And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now Elliott into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Dak Prescott with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And the Cowboys extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was all capped off by Dak Prescott, keeping it and taking it in on the touchdown run. Take it in at the 3.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
The Texans back out there and ready to go. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Mills to throw it.
Throw complete right side to Cooks.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line.
To throw, Mills. And yet again, it's Howard with a catch.
Touchdown, Texans. O.J. Howard, a 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
From the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field.
And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And he's got room. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break.